What happens when a chatterbait and a spinnerbait get together on a Saturday night? Well, out comes the side piece, and it's weedless. So what do I mean by side piece? Well, I have to say Pulse Lures has came out with a little bait that looks like a combination between, and feels like a combination between a spinnerbait and a chatterbait, or a bladed jig, if you will. And what I really like about it is that it's got that spinnerbait body, but that chatterbait vibration. Now for me, there's only a couple of times that I ever get to fish a chatterbait. A lot of times during the spring, maybe a little bit during the fall, when the lakes I fish dirty up. Not a lot of grass in the lakes I fish, so a chatterbait doesn't get a lot of play. A chatterbait is also not really great around wood. You can fish it over top of them, and those will get you bites. But if you want to get it down in the wood, well, you're probably going to buy new chatterbaits, because everybody knows a chatterbait and wood, they don't play well together. So let me show you this new bait from Pulse Fish Lures called the side piece. So exactly what is the side piece? Well, this is it. So this is a new bait from Pulse. A few things that are really key to this is we've got a nice square blade that really puts off some vibration. The arm comes down to one of their balanced heads. Now, one of the things about Pulse, when it comes to their pulse head jig, and when it comes to their swim baits and their underspins, they've done a really good job on the head. You can reel them as fast as you want, and they don't blow out. What I like about this arm is that it's kind of a hybrid between a spinnerbait and a chatterbait. For me, I don't have a lot of grass, so I don't really fish a chatterbait that much. When the water dirties up, you know, I'll throw it around some, spring, fall, a lot of times. But for me, a spinnerbait, when it's overcast, when it's rainy, when it's windy, is a great thing to throw. What this does is gives us another presentation, another type of vibration that the fish have never seen before. And you can fish it fast or you can fish it slow. And this little arm, just like most of your spinnerbaits, makes it very weedless. So it's not going to get hung up in that wood. Now this comes in several different colors, and I picked up 3 or 4. I'll show them to you right now. So this is just called white shad, and it's got a silver blade on it. And it's also got a 3/0 hook on it. So here's the other 3 colors I picked up. This is chartreuse and white. This is spot remover. And everybody's going crazy over a little bit of pink, and so we're going to call this morning dawn. So let's talk about trailers when it comes to this. And a lot like most people, and I give a big shout out to my buddy Tackle Junkie, I don't like a paddle tail on this. I think it cancels out the blade motion, and it just doesn't look as good. Now, you can throw a paddle tail on there to be able to get it to ride up a little bit higher in the water column. But for me, something that I like is a straight tail. Now, unfortunately, I didn't bring any of my straight tail worms. This thing with a straight tail worm and that worm out back there dancing is incredible. So some sort of white worm, just like a shaky head style thin worm, is incredible. That's one of my favorite trailers on a chatterbait. But if I had to go with something different, this is the 5-inch, and I like the smaller profile of the 5-inch from Demiki. This is their 5-inch armor shad. And another bait that I really like is from Duo Realis. This is the Bay Rough, or the BR fish. This is their 5-inch version. And I mean, you can see how soft that is. So it gets a really great tail action with that vibration coming through the water. So let's talk about rigging this up. So I'm gonna put the flat side up. I'm gonna come straight through the bait. I'm not gonna go far. I'm gonna come out about right there. Push it up past the keeper. Now, one of the things you might want to do is put just a touch of glue on there, but for me, it stays on pretty well. And you can see it's a little long, and that tail's got some crazy action. Now it's tied on. So again, we're just gonna tie a pit seam knot, come through, swing her around about 5 or 6 times, come up through the loop at the top we've created, and we're just gonna cinch it down. Then we cut our tag in. Now, we're ready to go fish this, but first, let's talk about the rod reel and line setup you want for this. All right, geeks, listen, I talk about this all the time, but protecting your investment is a big deal. And for me, I finally got the boat of my dreams, the Green Goblin here, and I want to make sure that I'm able to get out on the water no matter what happens. Well, I think I told you last time, we had on the trailer, because, Camus don't make their own trailers, so it's not Camus's fault. Camus does a great job with everything else, but there's a lot of trailer manufacturers out there. It's not hard to go find those stores. So, we had a real rear seal leaking on one of our hubs, so we had to get that fixed. But could you imagine if the worst case could have happened? The wheel went passing me down the interstate and the boat starts going sideways. Thank God I've got BIA, Boaters Insurance Agency. They cover everything. They know what I need. They know how much travel I'm going to do, and you need to go check them out. BIA.US. Trust me, don't trust all those bundled up boat deals for insurance. A lot of horror stories out there, and again, doesn't take a lot to find them. BIA.US. Go check them out and let them know BassGeek sent you. Hey, like I always say, rain, sleet, snow, or shine, we are out here all the time. It's been pouring on us all day. I am soaked. But all that being said, the rod reel line setup I've got for this is my Douglas Era, ERA rod. Love the color, love that battleship gray. And what else I love about this particular rod is their chatterbait and spinnerbait rod. So I mean, perfect for the side piece, if you know what I mean. This particular rod is a retail $100 rod, and I've got a 10% off discount right here. So I'm telling you, geeks, it's my favorite jig rod. It's my go-to chatterbait and spinnerbait rod. This rod has been incredible for me. Now, this version is the C715F, which basically means it's a 7'1" medium heavy fast rod. It does have a little bit of tip on it, which is what I like, especially for things like this, and I can make a cast a mile with this 1/2 ounce bait. I've got that coupled with a Lew's Custom Pro. This is a 6/8-1. This reel is a little bit lighter. I probably prefer the BB1 Pro, so I'm probably going to end up swapping this out. And what I'll do, since this model is, they've upgraded it, is I'll put the BB1 Pro in the description below. This model is a little more for lighter lures, lighter baits, that sort of stuff. But what I do like about it is it's a 6/8-1. So that means that I can reel it nice and slow, or I can reel it super fast and burn it across some of these laydowns or some grass. I've got that lined with K9 Pro 100, and I'll go anywhere from 12, which is what I have on here, pound test, to 15 pound test. And this is 100% fluorocarbon. Remember, the Pro 100 is 100% fluorocarbon. Now, if I had a little stiffer rod, I would probably go with their fluoro, because it's a co-poly. It's great for those horizontal baits. It's got a little more stretch, so you're gonna hook those fish. You're not gonna jerk it away from them. There's a 10% off discount right here. So how am I gonna fish this? I'm gonna fish this just the exact same way you'd fish a chatterbait or a spinnerbait, and that's what makes it great. It is the side piece to each one of those. So it's a middle version. I'm gonna fish it across wood. I'm gonna fish it across grass. I'm gonna fish it in a lot of different places because it's going to come through it. I am, however, gonna fish it in a little more dirty water or a lot of cover like lay downs. I'm gonna fish it with wind. I'm gonna fish it on ultra overcast days like today. So I've got to have a little something to break up the light or the visibility in this ultra clear water. But if you've got a little more stained water, a little more dirty water, a little heavier cover, throw the heck out of this thing, no matter what is going on. This is going to be something that the bass have not seen, felt, or heard yet. So you need to go give it a try. Now, like I said, for me, I'm going to bump it into things. I'm going to beat it off of docks. I'm going to bump it into logs. I'm going to knock it into brush piles. It's great for that sort of stuff. Now, I don't have any grass, so I can't tell you how well it comes through grass. So if one of you geeks have used it, let me know, because I want to know how well it comes through the grass. Being a chatterbait, I gotta think it comes through pretty well. Now, I can even fish this in open water. So, I know a lot of you hate it, but if I'm out here scoping, it's a great bait to throw out there and work over their heads and get them fired up when they're chasing shad. So when it comes to hook set, it's going to be just like a spinnerbait, just like a chatterbait. We're going to 45 degree that thing, lean into them, reel down, keep the rod tip low. You know, bass jumping is only cool in Bill Dance videos and on YouTube. Don't do it, you'll lose them. Keep them from jumping, fill their mouth full of water, get them to the boat. Get your net man to the side of the boat, or thumb or boat hop, but get them in the boat. And saying one last thing about the retrieves, it's really whatever your imagination comes up with. Throw it out there, reel it nice and slow and steady. Throw it out there, reel it fast, stop it, let it drop, reel it fast again. Throw it out there, let it sink to the bottom, hop it off the bottom. There's so many different things you could do. I'd have to have another hour to tell you all about them. So go out there and fish it your favorite way and catch those bass in the way that works best for you. So if you want to check out another great bait from Pulse that works extremely well when it comes to the chatterbait bite dying or slowing down on you, it's a good 1-2 punch. Make sure you go check out this video right here. Otherwise, questions and comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you geeks ring that bell and be part of the 100% Watch Squad so you get those notifications. Hey, we're on our way to 100K, and it's all because of you. You geeks rock.